first started falling, he started like falling on his face out of nowhere. And he would look at me like, what's happening? Why is this happening to me? You don't realize the things that fall away until they do. Didn't even realize that that was an ability until he couldn't do it anymore.
I smiled talking with Ruth and Sam Dunkel. You're 6 people from Brooklyn. How can you have aspirations for a national organization? And they said fast and furiously, that's what we will do.
They knew that they had to do much more than care for the children. They had to find ways to treat and to cure and to prevent the disease. And they jumped in and helped us out tremendously in our research. They also organized themselves into what is now a terrific organization, the National Tay-Sachs and Allied Diseases Association.
The parents recognized that they had to find the money that would pay for the research, and so that was their goal.
For the infants, the big goal was to help the families have normal children. And that's what the first efforts were directed at, prevention of affected children.
One of the most tragic causes of mental retardation is Tay-Sachs disease, the inherited, incurable, and invariably fatal disease which affects infants of Jewish parents primarily. A simple blood test provides a way to prevent this tragedy. A Tay-Sachs testing will be held in your community soon. Don't gamble with a child's life. Please attend.
There are also heroes. There are people who give their time as volunteers to go out and to have bike-a-thons, cake sales, to do things that sound pretty mundane, but all add up to something very important.
We'd go to the zoo and raise money walking. We had walk door to door, but you could still go door to door and ask for money. We had bingos, we had dinner dances, we had square dances, I'm not going to tell you the other. And we did the few things that aren't so legal, raising money that worked out great for the organization. And we've raised a lot of money.
I went back to the hospital just a couple of years ago, but I couldn't find that special unit. And I said, you know, where is that special unit? She said, we closed the unit. And I gasped, how could you do that? And she said, because we didn't have any more babies.
support that NTSAD gives to each and every family is tremendous. The organization has put patients in touch with local doctors, with experts in their child's disease, provided information and education about the disease.
First conference was about getting as much information as I could. I had two goals going into it. One is, how can I provide the care that my child's going to need? What's it going to look like? Tell me what the path is kind of going to be like, so I could prepare myself mentally, I suppose, for that. But the second thing was the research. He wanted to know, is there something that could help? Is there something we can do? Is there something they don't know back in Iowa that maybe we could take back and could make a difference?
I think the moment I walked into the conference, it was Sherry and I were going to save the world and save our son in the process.
Before I met NTSAD, you know, every sibling is going to feel like there's not one person out there who is feeling what I'm feeling, that I'm stuck in this position. My sister feels this way. There's nothing I can do. The NTSAD family or friends, they help me in ways that, you know, some ways that mom and dad couldn't.
And this is my 17th conference, and I will continue to come and listen to other families and tell my story, try to help other newly diagnosed, newly bereaved families. And it's my daughter's legacy, and it's how I honor her.
When you're newly diagnosed, I think that's one of the hard parts to come to terms with, and it's even the hard part to come to terms with when you're explaining it to people. They're like, so what do they do for that? Nothing. Well, what kind of treatment is there? Nothing. Well, what's going to happen? It's going to get worse.
So look who we've attracted. We've attracted leaders from industry, leaders from research, leaders from academia, and they're proud to be affiliated with us. They're making major contributions.
We've always had somebody in my lab working on Tay-Sachs disease in some form, and I think that that's something that wouldn't have happened without my link to NTSAD.
It's not a question of the time invested, it's a question of who you meet. And once you meet the Tay-Sachs patients, there's no quitting.
And to hold these babies or to see these adults just leaves such a lasting impression on them that, you know, when it comes to a choice of which kind of research you're going to pursue, you know, this research has a face and it has a name.
We're not other. We are you. It could just as easily have been you.
I see what these families go through and, you know, essentially the courage to actually never quit again and really do anything and everything possible for your kids. Without the hard work from the members of the foundation and the families and individuals, none of this would have happened. So we are in a position to now be as close to clinical trial as we've ever been because of that support.
And we're going to be your guinea pigs. We're going to be the people that are going to be willing to stand up and say, yes, I'll take that risk. It sucks. It's horrible. But I love my son.